This video is specifically intended for members of the class of 1960 Seabreeze High School who have received the 50th reunion class CD and don't know what to do with it. All of us are approaching our 70s and many of us are probably not that computer savvy, so that's the reason for this tutorial. I will attempt here to show you how to open the CD and how to navigate through it completely and anticipate all of the questions that you might have. So let's get started. What you're looking at right now is a typical YouTube video. And I'm starting here because I want to show you a little trick. At the bottom right-hand corner of the video screen, you'll see a little rectangular box with 4 arrows in it. Now, if you take your mouse and you place it over that box, you'll see a tiny window that says full screen. Well, give that box a click, and that will enable you to view this entire video in full screen, which will make things a heck of a lot easier for you. Now, let's start with opening the CD. We start at our desktop. This is my desktop, and yours is going to look a little bit different. The first thing that we have to do is insert the CD, and to do that we open the CD tray, insert the CD, and close the tray. I'm doing that right now. So the CD is now in the computer and a window appears. This is Windows asking for instructions on what you want to do with the CD. Select Open Folder to view files. Give it a left click. And lo and behold, we've opened the folder. I'm going to go back to the desktop to give you an alternative way of opening the CD in case you have Windows XP. Windows XP, you might not see that window asking for instructions. So the alternative way to do that is to go to your Start button, give it a left click, and then go to Computer if you're in Windows 7, or My Computer if you are in Windows XP. Then select your DVD or CD drive. Give it a double click, and again you've opened the CD. Now the CD consists of 9 folders, and each of these folders deals with a specific topic. Class roster, class reunions, the early years. Let's open one of these files by double left clicking it, and we see the contents of that folder. Here we have 4 files. Active classmates, in memoriam, lost classmates, and then we have an address list. The first 3 are PowerPoint programs, and you can tell that they're PowerPoint programs by the icon. Similarly, you can tell that this is a Word document by its unique icon. If you want to get back to the previous screen, use the left arrow at the upper left corner of the window, and that brings you back to the 9 files again, so you can click another folder and open it. The next question is, how do we open and close these particular files? There are 2 different kinds of files that are contained in these folders. They're either Word documents or they're PowerPoint programs. The first thing I'm going to look at are the Word documents, and we'll go to this topic called Cool Links. That's a Word document. Let's double click to open it. The document is then opened, and when we're finished, we close the document by clicking File and Close, and then File and Exit to close down Word completely. And that brings us back to our original location. And then we can use the left arrow to go back and select another folder. Okay, we've handled the Word documents. The only thing that you have to remember there is when you exit a Word document, you have to close not only the file, but also the Word software in order to get back to your CD. There are some special points to note about the PowerPoint programs, and I'm going to take an example here, Active Classmates. I double click that, and the first thing you notice is that an hourglass appears, and then the hourglass disappears, and it looks as though nothing is happening. Well, the file is actually opening. They take a little while to open. There's one that takes up to a minute. While you're waiting for the PowerPoint program to open, I promise you that you will be very tempted to double-click the file again just to give it a boost. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Double-clicking the file twice before it's open will cause that file to open twice. If it happens that you cannot open any of the PowerPoint files, then that's an indication that you have a deeper problem. It might be that you don't have PowerPoint software in your computer. We have a solution for that. But if you encounter this problem, go to the first folder in the CD, which is entitled Read Me First. Essentially, it's a troubleshooting manual. And if the troubleshooting manual doesn't help you, then just give me a call and I'll walk you through the whole thing. But here, this one is finally opened. And now that I've opened it, I'm going to close it right away. I just wanted to illustrate the process of opening one of these PowerPoint programs. If you get bored watching any of these videos, there's a quick and dirty way to end the program. And that is to right-click the screen. When the little window appears, click End Show, and that brings you back to your starting point. These PowerPoint programs are of three different types. The first type is completely automated. In other words, you don't have to do anything but sit back and watch it. When it's over, you just left-click the screen to return to your starting point. You can tell this type of PowerPoint because the very first slide will say don't click. The second type is one that you have to click all the way through to advance to the next slide. You can tell this type by the very first slide, which will say click to advance or left click to advance. The third type is a mixture of the two. It's essentially automated, but it will stop on certain slides that you might want to spend a little bit of time on. In this particular type, there is no instruction at the beginning of the PowerPoint. But at the stopping point, you will see some action buttons down at the bottom of the screen. These action buttons will allow you to either exit the program, return to the main menu, or to simply advance to the next slide. Use those action buttons. The last thing that I want to mention is this Word document called Cool Links. Let's go back to it. Open it up. What this file contains are links to websites that I thought that you might be interested in. I wouldn't advise that you click on any of these links right here because they're not going to work very well and they will interfere with your overall viewing of the other programs within this CD. Instead, this is the procedure that I recommend. Copy this entire document so that it is in your clipboard. And then go to your internet service provider. In my case, it's AOL. Once you're there, write an email and address it to yourself. In my case, it's going to be Baba Phil. Put in the subject, Cool Links. And then in the body of the email, paste what you have in the clipboard. So you have the whole document contained in this email, and it's addressed to you. Send it, and you will see that you've got an email. Open this email up, and once you have it open, you will find out that these links are totally activated now. So, for instance, I'll take the Seabreeze High School website. I'll just double-click on that one, and there we are. And I can go to any of these notable mainland alumni. That's the preferred way to use this file. And that about does it. So I hope you enjoy the CD.